Your brother, your friend, your dietitian, back again for another installment in spirit, nutrition, strategy versus tactics. Let's get it popping. Strategy versus tactics. What's the difference? How did this come about? I was reading a book recently. It's called The E-Myth. It's about entrepreneurship, small businesses, how to work on your business and not in your business, how to set up systems to carry out functions in your business and not get lost in the everyday rigmarole of running a business, but to be able to step back and have someone else like employees or managers take over. But something that kind of stood out to me was his mention of strategy versus tactics. And it kind of reminds me of a Forbes article I read last year called The Difference Between Hustling and Grinding. Grinding is working ceaselessly at a job, at your own business, going to school and grabbing degrees, being in a relationship, whatever, putting in some type of work and not having an overall strategy about the work that you're doing. So there's two different kind of works you can do. There's a strategic side, which basically strategy, let's deal with strategy firstly. Strategy, to break it down, deals with planning. It deals with creating a master plan to implement some type of combat or military tactic to reach a certain goal. Let's say that via implementing a certain plan. So a strategy is what, right? Strategy can be seen as what. It can be seen as the general. Actually, when you look up strategy, it has Greek origins, and it relates to the general's office or a general. As you know, generals aren't usually on the front line blasting away or slicing away or fighting. Really, they're master planning. They're administrative. They're top down. They got the God mind. They got the consciousness, and they're planning things. Because of the pressures of life, sometimes we get too caught up in the tactics. Now, what's the difference between tactics? Tactics are methods. They're the how. So when you're dealing with tactics, you have a goal from the strategy, you have a main plan, and then you have the tactics that fulfill that main goal, that main plan. It's the how. It's the maneuvers you make. It's the methodology to, usually it's seen in combat, to achieve that ultimate larger goal. It's those battles, those small battles that are going to win the war, right? And so when you think of tactics, you think of the armament, or you think of military soldiers, your men, right? Or you could think of it as your grind, your hustle. Not your hustle, your grind, right? But the hustle is an intelligent mentality. So I'll give you some examples. Hustle can use strategy, right? Somebody who's hustling uses strategy plus work, plus the grind, plus tactics. So they say, yeah, I may be working at this car wash, but I'm not blindly grinding with no ends, with no goal. I'm planning to eventually learn how to take business courses at the community college, interview the owner, figure out how I can own and start my own, my very own car wash, right? That's a hustler versus somebody who's just blindly grinding. You have to have a strategy about how you're living life. You can't live life blindly, or you're going to wake up 60, 70, 80 years old, if you live to be that long, or you could be 30, 40, 28, whatever, 55, however old you are, and you're gonna be realizing I just been working senselessly with no plan, with no strategy. So another idea of strategy versus tactics. Your strategy could be to eat healthier, right? Your tactic could be, first I want to say that strategy is more important than tactics, because a lot of times the tactics will change. Your tactical moves and things like that, those can change over time depending on what you encounter, what obstacles you come across. So the most important thing is the strategy. The strategy is, your end goal. That can change too, but most of the time that doesn't change. It's the tactics that change. So back to eating healthy. I'm your brother, your friend, your dietitian. So, I support eating healthy. Your tactic could be eating healthier. Your strategy could be eating healthier, but your tactic is what? Drinking more water, right? But that tactic may switch up, it may change, or you may add another tactic. Your tactic could be, in addition to drinking more water, I want to eat fruits. I want to add fruit to my breakfast cereal. I want to switch out from cow's milk, which is made for baby cows, has pus and blood, causes mucus. You may switch to almond milk, right? That's a tactic that you're doing. You may start eating salads, or eating salads for lunch, or adding salads to your dinners for your family. That's a tactic. But the strategy is we need to eat healthier overall. Another idea, an example is strategy. Your strategy could be to get more passive income, right? I am like Imhotep, or Leonardo da Vinci. I have many interests. I'm complex. You see what I'm saying? So I talk about passive income in some of my videos. Some of my videos talk about business, health, nutrition, traveling, language, whatever. So if your objective is to get passive income, your strategy is to get passive income. Your plan is to get passive income so that you can have money coming in when you're sleeping. Your tactics could be one of four things, really. Your tactic could be setting up an automated, self-sufficient online business, as broken down by Tim Ferriss in 4 Hour Workweek, or a blog, which is also online business. Or you could deal with stocks, investments, passive income from the dividends, passive income, living off the interest gains, right? Another strategy could be starting a business that you make passive. That kind of falls into the category of online business, but with a business, you have other people that work for you, using other people's time and other people's expertise, knowledge, also other people's money to create passive income for yourself. Another tactic could be purchasing real estate, right? Buying into real estate to create passive income. So the strategy at the end of the day is, look, I'm getting passive income because I can pass that down to my children. I can go travel when I want. I can do whatever I can do whatever I want with my time because it frees up my time. I don't have to work in order to earn income. I can get it passively. That's your strategy, but your tactics can change. Another thing is, like, for me, I like to be physically active. That was like a theme last year, to get back to being physically active, and my main plan and goal, and that was my strategy. But my tactic changes. Sometimes my tactic in 2015, a lot of 2015, was just running and calisthenics. So I would just do a lot of running, and as long as I was active running, that was one of my tactics, and it fit into my larger plan and being more active. I didn't really lift weights like that, but I did do like push-ups, some dips, some pull-ups, some calisthenics when I could, but it wasn't really that heavy. Then I joined the gym, and now I lift weights. I do jump rope. I do different calisthenics, body weight exercises, things like that, in addition to running. But as long as I'm active, some type of tactical activity, I'm fitting underneath my strategy of being healthier, being more physically fit, right? Physically active. Sometimes I may just run on the beach one day, or I may just hit some sit-ups, do some pull-ups, some dips out in the sun by the beach. You know what I mean? Let the salt air, salt water hit my body, whatever. Just go swimming, boogie boarding. I've been active. That fits into my larger strategy. Your strategy is like your North Star. So if you know about navigation, or you know about stories about, people getting lost and using the North Star to kind of keep them on course, you have that's a fine example of strategy and tactics. So strategy is we're going north because say we're an underground railroad and we're trying to get, north. So we have to follow the North Star. My tactic could be taking over carriages while I'm traveling, running through forest, hiding on trains, going through Underground Railroad and having people escort me to different places. You can have different tactics. You may have to come up with a creative tactic off the top of the dome. It's like freestyling. You may have to just boom boom come up with something. But as long as you have that strategy and that plan, that North Star, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be taken care of. Like taking it back to passive income. If you run into some issues with an online business, that's not the end of the world. That's not the end of the war. You don't give up. You say, okay, my plan is to get passive income. This business idea I had failed, but I'm gonna use it as a stepping stone to switch tactics and still fulfill that plan. I may have started Muay Thai. I haven't, and that would be nice. Ong Bak. Remember my dad brought home Ong Bak for me and my brothers to watch years ago, before it even came out in American theaters. But anyway, say you started Muay Thai, but you fell off. You just weren't good at it. That's cool. Change tactics. You can still be physically fit. Say you tried to go a raw vegan and you couldn't do it. That's trying to eat healthier. Cool. Sticking to your idea of eating healthier, but say, let me just try a vegan diet, vegetarian diet. Let me try and eat more salads, just eat more plant-based foods in general, right? You can be more flexible once you have strategy and tactics understood. I think this is valuable in life because we come across a lot of different obstacles and we need kind of like something we can anchor ourselves to and keep us focused. And I know that's kind of helped me over time because before I was I was just grinding. I was just working blindly and not really having a set plan and goal as to where I was going. Like one of my strategies is freedom and prosperity, right? That's my goal. That's what I'm going for. So now I'm open and more flexible to the different forms, different methods and maneuvers I need to take to get freedom and prosperity. My idea of what is freedom and prosperity, right? Freedom being I can do whatever I want with my time, with who I want, go where I want, eat what I want, say what I want, learn what I want, when I want to, help who I want, things like that. And then prosperity is being prosperous, being abundant, and sharing that abundance. Because the best thing, or not the best thing, but the only thing greater than happiness is happiness shared, right? That's why I share with you all. Your brother, your friend, your dietitian, back again for another installment. Strategy versus tactics. Don't just get caught up in tactics, man. You got to get your strategy going. Get your strategy tight. Get that master plan tight. You're the general of your life. You're not a foot soldier in somebody else's game. So stop acting like it. Boss up. Awaken the hero within you. Awaken the general within you and start making plans, things, master goals for your life. Chief aims, definite. See, I was about to start in the video, but I'm getting hyped. Chief aims, chief definite plans and goals, definite goals, not plans. Create a North Star for us in our lives. Too many people drift throughout life with no goal, no place. In Alice in Wonderland, there was the Cheshire Cat. That's how you pronounce it. And he asked Alice, "Where are you going?" And she said she doesn't know, she doesn't care. Then he said, "Well, you can take any road to get to your destination because it doesn't matter which road you take because you don't care or you don't know where you're going. So any road will lead you to where you're going. So you'll find yourself just drifting. But when you have a chief definite aim in life that you could wake up and think about every day, you can direct all your energy, your creativity, your money, your finance, your friends, your network. All of it could be directed towards that chief definite aim. And guess what? Eventually it's going to come to fruition. Create your strategy. You're the general of your life. Bless up. Your brother, your friend, your dietitian back again for another installment in spirit. Nutrition. Peace and blessings.